Hello and welcome along to the Sportexpressshow. Now we're going to look at Europe's prime club competitions. The one has already happened and it's quite an exciting result for many of us in the world. And the second one is obviously coming up.
Hey,
that was the Europa League final between United and Villarreal. And then on Saturday we have the big one, of course, the Champions League final between the two English teams, Chelsea and Manchester City. That's going to be happening in Portugal. So, United and Villarreal, an 11-10 penalty win, like 21 penalties converted in that particular one. It was a crazy shootout. I mean, the game wasn't the best. It was quite disappointing, to be honest, from both teams in terms of the quality on the day. But the penalty shootout was quite exciting to watch. You know, obviously David De Gea bottling it at the end.
That's why you know a game was bad. When you say the penalty shootout was exciting.
Those penalties, my son. Did you see those penalties?
Look, I mean, it was... it was a clinical performance in terms of penalties.
Yeah.
But a poor reflection on the game. I mean, nobody turned up. Okay, well, we could argue that Villarreal were just normal, just a normal
They had
side.
a game plan. You know?
Yeah, look, I mean...
And that was to defend and frustrate United.
Yeah, look, to be honest, Unai Emery always has a game plan. I mean, that's why he's flipping champion of the thing. I mean, how many times has the man won?
4 times now.
So that tells you something.
Yeah.
So they came there with the game plan. They frustrated us. We were the team that had the biggest firepower out of both the teams. The one that was on form, but it all counted for nothing at the end. And we didn't turn up. It was just a drab game from our side because we sort of expected it from Villarreal. Let's be honest, they weren't going to come up and just bang 3 goals or something like that. It was always going to be compact. It was always going to be the counter. It was always just going to be that. But United just didn't turn up.
Another final, another cup that you guys were supposed to win easily. Gone. So where does this leave Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Because yes, United have improved a lot this season in terms of where you finished in the league. You know, it was a very consistent performance in the Premier League for you guys. But when it comes to the last 4 semi-finals that you've played, which were bottled, and then now losing a final. So the question is, when is United actually going to start? When is Solskjaer himself going to start getting over the line in terms of, towards the business end of stuff?
As soon as they give him a blank check for Harry Kane, Jadon Sancho, and the likes.
So you feel like United's problems now are literally a couple of signings away?
Yeah, just a couple of signings
away.
Look, it's a couple of signings away. It is an improvement, but let's be honest, we should have thrashed Villarreal. We should have finished them in the 19 minutes.
So the signings need to come in, and with Ole still in the team, is that what you're saying? You're trusting him still to galvanize these guys? Because for me, it just seems like they don't even have the fights. Like, the quality was there, as you're saying. Pogba was playing. Bruno was playing. Rashford, Greenwood, Cavani.
Yeah.
That was a flippin' good team. And especially going forward. But they still couldn't beat a 7th place Spanish team.
Look, it's a couple of signings away. With going back to your question, Solskjaer being there, you know me and Solskjaer. Like, it's always been like, we're not going to win anything with him there. We're always going to be the bridesmaid and never the bride.
I mean, son, I heard Conte is out of a job. Son!
I mean, son! I heard Zizou is leaving. I mean, come on. So it's one of those things where not with Solskjaer there, I don't think we're going to win anything major.
Stay, though,
He is going to stay. And look, the general trajectory of United under Solskjaer has been going up. I know I give him a lot of shit, but the improvement is there. We can see it, and he will stay. I think he does deserve more time to be there. I don't think we're going to win the league if he's there. I don't think we're going to win. We're probably going to win the Carabao Cup if Pep can just stop dreaming about the Carabao Cup. I think that's the best we're going to do, or maybe the FA Cup. But there is a big improvement, and I do feel that we're just a few signings away from actually getting that silverware. So,
So the only game that matters, the Champions League final on Saturday. Chelsea, Manchester City. If you look at the couple of games that these guys have had this season, City obviously won one, Chelsea won the second one at the Etihad, and then Chelsea beat City in the FA Cup semi-final. So you could say Thomas Tuchel has the advantage going into this one in terms of the recent fixtures, but we obviously know that City are kind of overwhelming favourites for this one because of the quality and the season that they've had.
I think they are overwhelming favourites, and I think they will cross the line. I just feel like those stats that you just came up with, that Tuchel has Well, he doesn't have his number. It's
Well, he
just
does have his number.
He doesn't have his number. I mean, how many times have they played?
The
against
only
each other?
time that City beat Chelsea, well, Lampard was still there. So he's never beaten Tuchel, and it's 2 games already.
Look, but that's not enough to say the man has his number. You can say Klopp has his number, but I wouldn't say that Tuchel has his number.
Yeah.
So it's just.
But they know how to frustrate City, though.
Of course, no, they do. Let's not make a mistake. Chelsea are a quality side.
Yeah.
But when you Katanisa and City, they're not that quality. I mean, when you look at City now, that's a proper side. But looking at isolating Chelsea on their own, they are a quality side that can turn up. I mean, with the likes of Mason Mount being on form, with the likes of Pulisic, I mean, they have a lot of players in there.
Timo Werner.
Yeah.
Why are you leaving out Timo Werner?
Oh gosh. This is arguably his most unluckiest season ever, so let me just leave him out. But with players like that, trust me, they can be on the offensive like we saw against Real Madrid, where they unfortunately they beat us. They thoroughly controlled the game, not only just beat us on the scoreline, but they controlled the game, and it is as if we weren't even there to begin with. So they have that capability, and like you say, they have beaten City, and it will play some sort of part to that to give them motivation, but I don't feel it's going to be enough. I just feel like City and Pep are in the right frame of mind to convert, but the question is then, do they have, well, they don't, but do they have the big match temperament to actually convert? Because this is the first time ever
in the Champions League final.
In the Champions League final. Do they have the minerals, son, to cross that line?
I mean, after seeing them beat PSG in the manner in which they did, I personally think they do. They have quality all around. And the players in the City side are quite experienced now. The Bruyne's, you know, they've been there. The Gundogan is going to be playing in his second final. Yes, he lost it with Dortmund. You know, but the experience is there. So I think as far as the metal is concerned, I honestly don't see how City might struggle with the occasion itself. You know, they might struggle tactically or in other areas. Yeah. But in terms of managing the occasion, I think they have a lot of experience.
For me, I think finals change everything. Yeah, I think that PSG game, the way City bossed that game and managed that game, and the way Phil Foden was just on another level between both legs was amazing. But this is a final. There is no second leg. There is no comeback. You flop this, you flop, son. It's done. It's finished. And the final has that thing of breaking you down. No matter how skillful, no matter how great you are. Do they have the metal? Can they only rely on Ike Gundogan to as a reference, as a point of reference?
No, but you can say the same thing for Chelsea. Yes, Chelsea have played finals before and won one, but those are not the same Chelsea players. It's a completely new squad. So do the likes of Mason Mount, the likes of Reece James, do they have that experience at this level? I don't think so.
I think because they're underdogs, and let's be honest, they are flipping underdogs. I think that frees them up to play more freely than what City would play. I think, in fact, being an underdog in a final, I think it just loosens a bit the chains that are on you, but the chains are still there, but I think they're a bit loose on you. So we don't know. I think that's what makes it exciting, though, that they don't have the current crop in Chelsea. They've never played in the final, Champions League final, as far as I'm concerned. And when you look at City, this is the first time in their history in the Champions League final. Yes, they have an experienced manager who's won it in Pep, and Chelsea have Tuchel, who went to the final but unfortunately got beaten. So there's a lot of good ingredients to make up a good, solid match, but I feel that it's not going to be as good as we want it to be.
Yeah, it's going to be cagey. It's going to be a final.
It's a final, and these guys just do not have that experience of being in finals.
Yeah, and the interesting thing, as you mentioned, Tuchel lost it last year, and also the other guy was in the team, Thiago Silva, also lost that final. So it's going to be interesting to see how much they're going to be fired up for this one, because, I mean, losing back-to-back finals is never a nice thing.
No, it's never a nice thing. So we'll just have to see how they will step it up. I feel, honestly, for me, that game will be won within the 90. That game will be won within the 90.
I also have a sneaky feeling. But I feel like,
but if Chelsea do what Chelsea have been doing to City lately, I mean, having the number over them, it could go to extra time, and in that case, it's anybody's game. But I feel that I feel that the way City have been playing their system, the way they control games, the way they don't panic, the way they come back in the second half and blow every team away in the second half. Because let's be honest, they've had shocking first halves.
Yeah.
But the second half, they just come back and control and calm down and they get through it. If City manage to frustrate them first half and second half, then it's extra time, then it's anybody's game.
Yeah, definitely, my brother.
Guys, thank you again for tuning in. We appreciate and love you. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll catch you again next time. Peace.